Hi, this is Jim Mann with Homestyle Southern Cooking. It's so nice to be back in your house today. I've been trying the last couple of videos to bring back some of the old recipes that not that people have forgotten about, but we don't make as often as we used to. In the 1960s and 70s, like I said, there was Meatloaf Wednesday, and we did a chicken a la king the other day. One of the ones that we did a lot on Friday nights, we did sloppy joes. So today I'm going to show you how I make my sloppy joes. First of all, I've got about a pound of hamburger, and I've got my pan is already hot. And what I'm going to do is I'm just simple for the first step. I'm just going to get this hamburger nice and brown, stirring until it gets it nice and brown. When it gets all brown, I'll come back and show you. Okay, as you can see, my hamburger's got nice and brown. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to turn this off, and I'm going to drain my hamburger. And then after I drain it, I'll come back and I'll show you what we're going to do next. But let me turn this off. Okay, I got my hamburger drained and set aside. I've got about 2 tablespoons of butter that I'm going to put in my skillet. And I just turned my skillet on, so it's heating up some. I'm going to turn it up just a little bit more. And then I'm going to add, I've got 1/2 cup of chopped onions. Now I want that butter and the onions, I want the onions to sort of get a nice little brown tint to them. So it might take a few minutes to get these cooked like I want to. So I'm just going to keep stirring these for a few minutes. Okay, my onions have softened up a little bit, and what I'm going to do now is I've got about 8 ounces of, I've got diced tomatoes. Now, a lot of people like to use tomato sauce, and that's fine, but what I did is I bought a can of small diced tomatoes, and this is 14 ounces. I took about 2/3 of the can out. I'm going to put that in here with my onions. To that, I'm going to add 1/2 cup of ketchup. We'll stir that all up also. Oh boy, it's already beginning to smell good. Now to this, I'm going to add 1 tablespoon of white vinegar. 1 tablespoon of white vinegar. I'm going to add 2 tablespoons of Worcestershire sauce. That's 1. That's 2. I've got 2 tablespoons of Worcestershire sauce. Then I'm going to stir this up a little bit. I like the chunky tomatoes on my sloppy joes. I think it gives them more texture, but like I said, if you prefer just to use the tomato sauce, that's where I made it for years, but, and this cooks down some anyhow. Okay, to that I've got 1/2 teaspoon of salt and pepper, which I just put together. I'm gonna put the salt and pepper in here with the ingredients. Stir all that together. Now I've got 1/2 teaspoon of garlic powder, and I've got 1/2 teaspoon of onion powder. Now I know I've already got onion in here, but I'm putting the onion powder also. Stir that around. Now I've got, this is mustard, dry mustard. If you don't have dry mustard, I've got about 2 tablespoons of dry mustard. You can just use regular mustard, but I usually keep dry mustard for cooking. Put that in here. And the last but not least is I've got 3 tablespoons of brown sugar. And I'm going to stir that all together. Okay, I'm gonna let this stir for about 3 minutes, just like this, so they can get incorporated. And then I'll come back and I'll put my hamburger in here. Okay, this has been cooking for a couple minutes. Now my hamburger is all nice and drained. I'm gonna pour my hamburger right back into my sauce. And I'm gonna stir this all around. Boy, this smells good. This will definitely be my lunch today. I remember people used to make sloppy joes all the time. We used to have them on a regular basis when I was growing up, and even in the 50s and 60s when my kids were younger, we still made sloppy joes. But people just don't make them anymore like they used to. It's got so many wonderful, rich ingredients in it, from the mustard to the ketchup to the tomatoes to the garlic powder, salt and pepper, brown sugar. I mean, it's got everything in there. So and what I'm going to do now is I'm going to turn this off. I've got me a plate over here, and I've got me a great big bun, and I'm just going to reach in here and I'm going to fix me a great big sloppy joe, which I'm going to have in a few minutes for my lunch. And there we go. There is our sloppy joe. Easy recipe that you can fix for dinner or for lunch. And hopefully this is a recipe that you've forgotten about and you'll start making again. I know I love it. It'll be, it's even better the next day if you make more of it. Thank you so much for supporting me. You can find me on Facebook and YouTube. Keep on liking my YouTubes if you would, and subscribe to me. If you hit the little bell every time that I do a new recipe, you'll get a notification that it's a new recipe been posted. You're my family, you're my support system, you're everything. I so love bringing you these. I've got another couple more surprises and we'll bring you very soon. But now it's lunchtime. I'm going to eat my sloppy joe. I'll think about you. To have a wonderful day. Till next time, this is Jim saying, take care and God bless.